PowerSTEM is an A-level course provider, and we provide A-level courses in biology, chemistry, physics, and maths for those students that want to enroll in medical, dental, veterinary, financial, and engineering programs, the chosen university in the UK. So today, I wanted to come into this live stream, and I wanted to talk about balancing revision and relaxation during the winter break. I know, parents, there's a lot of tension around this one because you're thinking, should they be revising during the winter break, or should they be switching off? After all, they've just worked the academic year, the first term. Issue is, if they do nothing, they're going to forget everything that they've learned in the autumn term. But on the other hand, if they work during the winter break, they'll get burnt out before January. And so, parents, what you do is you tend to bounce between two extremes. And the problem, it is an effort. It's a misunderstanding between how learning and recovery actually work. The core problem is this: rest and revision, they're treated as opposites, but actually they're not. So from the teen's perspective, the teen's point of view, what they think is, right, winter break's here. If I'm not revising, I'm falling behind. Parents are thinking, yes, but if you relax too much, you'll pay for it later because aren't mock exams coming up in the new year? And it's this: rest and revision, they're not enemies, they're partners. And balanced correctly, retention improves and confidence rises. So let's take a look at the winter break from the perspective of neuroscience, because you know it empowered STEM. We're always using neuroscience. Let's go to neuroscience and see exactly what neuroscience says. This is the reasons why the winter break is academically unique for your teen. Number one is that memory consolidation happens during rest. Yes, they may be studying at school, studying at the desk in the wee hours of the night, but the brain, it doesn't learn while studying. It learns during rest, because what happens is that this is the time that the brain strengthens the memory. The memory is strengthened during downtime, during sleep, and when pressure is reduced. And when the memory strengthens, this is when learning sticks. The second reason is that fatigue hides learning. By December, parents, your teen is mentally overloaded, emotionally tired. They're working harder for fewer gains. They're really at the tail end of the autumn term, and they're just trying to get through the last couple of days. A winter break reveals what they actually know once fatigue drops. So once the dust settles, then they know what they know. And more importantly, they know what they don't know. Number three is that confidence is rebuilt when pressure lifts. The winter break, it's a perfect time for your teen to increase clarity, motivation, and belief in their ability to do A-level maths and A-level science. Not through more revision, but through recovery. So what exactly does this balanced approach to revision and recovery actually look like? Well, parents, as you know, as I always say, there's always two sides to a coin. This is what it isn't. During the winter break, it's not a full revision timetable. They're not doing daily long study sessions. On the other hand, they're not completely switching off for 2 weeks either. What it means is short, focused study blocks with clear start and end points. plenty of genuine rest, and there's no guilt attached to downtime. If your teen wants to binge on Netflix, if they want to go out with their friends, they want to get some school work-life balance, fantastic. Now, at Empower STEM, we use a pathway called the STEM Path method. I mentioned this one before. There's 4 steps to it. Let's take a look at the winter break through the STEM Path method. This is how we approach winter break with our students. Number 1, precision diagnosis. Very first step. This is when the teen can identify their mistakes, recurring mistakes that show up on every practice test or test they actually do. Fragile topics that, yeah, they kind of get it. Or exam technique issues. You know the ones, parents, where they're losing a few points here for silly errors, a few points there. Winter break gives them the opportunity to increase the clarity of what they're doing, not volume. The second step is conceptual clarity. And this is when your team can focus on reinforcing foundations and revisiting topics that, well, almost made sense. They kind of got it when the teacher was talking about it at school. The third step is strategic revision. Now, think. You don't need hours and hours and hours of your teen revising. What you need is fewer study sessions, which are higher quality and are feedback driven. Because 1 strong hour of revision beats 3 unfocused hours. And the 4th step in our STEM Path method is they need to reframe how they think about rest. Because rest is not falling behind. It's part of the progress. It's part of their journey. And studies show that teens who internalize this concept, they return stronger after the winter break, not rusty. So parents, can I give you some guidance? Let's encourage your teen to do the following. Let's encourage them to set up a predictable routine. They know what they're doing each day of the first week and the second week. Let's make sure that they've put in short study blocks of time, the 60-minute and the 90-minute blocks of study time and revision time that we teach at Empowered STEM. Make sure they get proper sleep, a full, uninterrupted 8 hours of sleep. And encourage guilt-free downtime, because they may feel a little guilty about taking some time out to binge some Netflix, hang out with their friends. Encourage them that it's okay for them to do this. Avoid the constant checking on your teen. You know what I mean, parents. You don't want to be a referee in the game with them, handing out red cards. You want to be the coach on the sideline, encouraging them to perform at their best. Don't have daily revision arguments with them. Have you studied today? Have you revised today? What are you working on? And blows out into an argument. Don't give them the last minute pressure. A couple of days right before they have to go back to school is not the time to pressurize your teen into getting some work done. Don't compare them to other students. Well, so-and-so's son is doing so well. Well, have you heard that so-and-so's daughter, she has an A? How come you don't? Not the best approach, parents. But what is the best approach is calm structure, because calm structure beats constant supervision. Let me give you a real story. Now, there's numerous students, parents have gone through the Empowered STEM courses with us. The one that comes to mind is Harry. Now, you may have heard about Harry before. Harry, when he came to us, he had a D in A-level chemistry. His school had let him down. His teacher was sick for the 2 years that he had A-level chemistry. He was sent to the school library with a worksheet from the science technician and told, figure it out. Well, Harry's mother found us on the internet, had a conversation with a member of my team. She onboarded Harry into one of our courses. And what we noticed is that confidence was rebuilt once pressure eased. Because when Harry came to us, he was overworked. He had a D in A-level chemistry, and he couldn't get into the university of his choice with those grades, and he couldn't do his chosen career path, which was to be a small animal vet. He was overworked, he was stressed, and he was exhausted trying to teach himself A-level chemistry so he could do a reset on the exam. So we had a conversation with Harry. Obviously, we taught him the academics and the exam technique for A-level chemistry, but we also taught him it's okay to relax a little bit, to put in a program of study that works for you. It's all right to have some downtime. Well, once we did this, clarity returned for Harry because he knew what he was doing with his study schedule, revision plan. He was attending lessons. He had a firm foundation in A-level chemistry. He built up his exam technique. His mindset had changed from I can't do this to I can do this. And his performance returned. And when Harry resat his A-level chemistry, he earned an A. So in 16 weeks of one of our courses, he went from a D to an A. With the A in A-level chemistry, he was able to attend the university of his choice, and now he is studying to be a small animal vet. So parents, can I give you some reassurance then about winter break? Winter break, it doesn't make or break student results. It's not the end of the world. How it's used shapes January confidence, their focus, and long-term consistency. It gets them through year 13. And teens who rest and revise with intention outperform those who panic. Now, parents, as always, I always say this, if you're watching me on Facebook and you agree with what I'm talking about in these live streams, then by all means, subscribe, follow the Facebook business page, and you'll be notified of upcoming live streams. Or if you're watching this one on YouTube, again, subscribe to the YouTube channel and you'll be notified of upcoming live streams. But you'll also have the added benefit of you can watch all the other live streams that we do. Because we're always doing these live stream, parents, where we're giving you tips, techniques, and strategies on helping your teen earn the best grade they can in A-level maths and A-level science. Now, if you'd like to learn more about our courses, there's a link in the description below the video on Facebook and below the video on YouTube. You can click on the link in the description. It's a really easy form for you to fill out. And a member of my team will reach out to you and have a non-sales, non-committal conversation where quite simply at the end of the call, you'll feel well taken care of and have all of your questions answered. Because you'll be able to tell us where your teen is in terms of the grade in the course, their predicted grade, the aspirational grade, what university they want to go to, what they want to study on the outside, what they want to be, doctor, dentist, veterinarian. And we'll explain to you how our courses work. And if we think there's a mutually good fit, you think that our course will work for your son or daughter, and we think that our course will work for your son or daughter, well, then you can make the informed decision on investing in one of our courses. Everybody take care, and I'll see you in the next one.